Welcome to Discover Indie Film. I'm Jeff Howard, and I have two people on Zoom with me right now. They happen to be brothers. It's Braeden Lambert and Nathan Lambert. Hey, you two.
Hey, how's it going? How's it going? Thanks for having us.
It's going well. So it's funny. I will probably try to be cheesy like a radio host type guy. I normally don't do it, but I think your voices are similar enough that people might get confused. Okay. So I might, as you're talking, I might try to subtly say, and that's Braeden talking, or and that's Nathan talking, right? Because
that's fine.
Amusingly, I got the same problem in my family. I got an older brother. We sound the same. And actually, I used to pick up the phone in my parents' house, and people would just start talking to me like I was my dad, like we all had the same voice. So
yeah, I get that.
So there we go. So with that said, the reason you two are here is that your film, The Big Picture, was an official selection at Film Invasion Los Angeles in 2025, which we just held in June, which was 3 months ago for us. And I call it a film because I consider it a film. We had a fun email about it because you submitted as music video, because honestly, it's more of a performance art piece, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Definitely, yeah.
But the soundtrack is great, and Lord knows, we get dance films that people call music videos. We get music videos people call something else. There's a blur, but it is beautiful cinema based on. I'll let you describe it, but it's a beautiful combination of visuals and music, and even more importantly, I'll say that you got the Grand Jury Award for Best Music Video, so it's nice that you submitted as music video. But you would have won awards no matter what for that. And I will finally share, before I kick it over to you, that after watching it again this evening, as I told you, I ate my burrito and watched it before we talked, I was full of, I guess it's not FOMO, I'm just I missed out because I didn't get to see it on a big screen. And I'm sure it looked fantastic on a nice big, state-of-the-art movie theater screen because, man, that's just a visually stunning work of art you made.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It was really cool to see on a big screen, I must say. The Big Picture.
Yeah. Excellent. Yeah. And we got to, it's called The Big Picture, so it might as well be on a big screen. And the last thing I'll say in the intro is that I'm proud that Film Invasion Los Angeles got to be your LA premiere. It's kind of fun.
First premiere ever. Yeah, that was.
Yeah. Oh, really? It was world premiere?
We didn't really put it anywhere. Yeah.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Our website's wrong. Our website just says LA premiere. Heads will roll. No. But, that's awesome. Well, at some point you can tell me what inspired you to submit it for us. But really the original question before we get to how this project came together is, your creative team, but when did the creative... it's not online yet for people to catch?
It's on YouTube now. Yeah.
It's on YouTube. All right.
Yeah. It's on our website.
So I bet if people... we'll make clickable links. So anyone listening to this... The cool thing is I don't think we have to worry about spoilers.
No, that's all out.
We can describe it frame by frame if we want. And they'll still appreciate it when they watch it. But anyone listening to this should go to the clickable links in the show notes for this podcast and watch The Big Picture so they'll know what we're talking about. But before we get to The Big Picture, I'm sure a lot came before it for you both. So who wants to go first talking about when you first got that creative spark in yourself and said, you know what, I'm not going to turn away from the creative arts in my life?
That's real. I think that's still a battle we're both, figuring out as we go. I think the cool thing about this project in terms of timeline for us together, I think it's our second or third really official project we've done. We both grew up together, still growing up together.
Right, you grew up, but even as kids, Nathan, were you focusing on writing and
No, not at all.
Not at all.
I mean, music was always a big part of the family. We come from more of a sports background, really, so this was really kind of a pivot for us in terms of just things we liked, and I feel like we kind of pursued our passions in his room and I'm in my room, and they were separate for a long time. And fairly recently, I'd say in the past couple of years, we kind of just had the bright idea of we kind of know each other pretty well, and can convey ideas well to ourselves. Let's try to make something cohesively, And yeah, I think the big picture was probably like our second or third attempt at that.
Yeah.
Really? And so, like, as kids, you were playing with video cameras and shooting, or?
Well, I was all the time.
So Nathan, you were all about cameras and stuff.
I'm
Braeden. We look.
Braeden, damn.
No worries. I'm all about film and stuff. He was more. I mean, he's a musician, so he was like banging on drums and stuff like that, DJing for a bit, just random stuff. But no, I was always making like little shorts on my iPod, or like little stop motion videos and stuff like that. And I think that's where like my love for film kind of started. That and just watching Star Wars nonstop. So
Star Wars inspires so many. And the iPod, like, was iMovie on it? Was like that version?
They only had like a small little iMovie app, and then I downloaded some random like stop motion app. I don't even remember the name of it. But yeah, it was just those two. There was nothing much back then.
Yeah, but still, right? That was a lot of power in your hands, I think.
So,
yeah, definitely, for sure.
And so it's a leading question, but I just got to ask because you mentioned Star Wars. Like, did you shoot some action figure videos and stuff?
Oh yeah,
like with the stop motion.
Not only that, I figured out how to rotoscope at like a young age, so I could like actually put the lightsabers in there.
That's huge.
It was pretty fun, I must say. Yeah.
I got to admit, I don't even know how to do it. I just know that like rotoscope is how some like real classic animated movies were done, like back in the 70s, right?
Definitely. Yeah.
Cool. So you were playing with that, and you were both involved in sports, which I just have to mention because thanks to the podcast, I get to know a lot more filmmakers, and like there's a lot of people that start in sports, and I think it does really lend itself to the teamwork needed in film and video production, because like what teaches you more like how important different roles are, like
so true,
than whatever sport it is. It's almost always you need people fulfilling roles and being excellent at what they're doing to make the whole work better.
Yeah, absolutely.
And film and video is the same way. Yeah, and music is the same way.
Truly, yeah. I think a lot of that, the discipline aspect was really big for us, and trying to be a little punctual. And like you said, teamwork was a big thing. Even if we're working with new people, I think we pull a lot from our sports background for sure.
Right. And all right, so correct me if I'm wrong. You said there was one before the big picture?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have we called it Patrick's Plea. It's on our website, interlengthhq.com. It's supposed to be like a parody, but like a lot of people I think thought we were serious. So I don't think we conveyed it well. But like it's a parody of you ever seen the movie 10 Things I Hate About You?
I think I did. Yeah, wasn't that? That was back in the day. Yeah.
Yeah. So like it's shot in Seattle.
The pretty boy who OD'd.
That's the one.
That's the one.
Okay. I can't name him. Oh, he was Joker and all that.
He was the Joker. Yeah. So it was shot in Seattle. So we just went to like all the places. We got permission to shoot where they shot, and we just made like a really, in my opinion, funny but like bad quality version of it. That was the first thing we did, and then like a few music videos of his. But that's how we started. Are you a multi-instrumentalist or?
I started with the drums. That didn't last too long when we moved. Kind of had closer neighbors, so I kind of had to figure out a way to pivot and get those ideas out. And the laptop was my best friend, so a lot of programming, a little bit of key playing, but I'm pretty big on like samples. And
he's too humble to say it, but no one else really touches his music, so everything you hear is him. There's no one else.
So you're responsible for 100% of the music in that film.
100% of the music.
So so that's even cooler that I didn't know that when I told you that my wife Shazammed your music while watching the big picture. Like, that's your music she Shazammed. That's so cool.
Yeah. No, appreciate the Shazam attempt.
If only he put it on streaming.
Someday. And you went up on I think I got it over here. Yeah, Mount Baker. So you moved to Seattle at some point.
Yeah, we're from Seattle.
We're from Seattle.
You're
We
from?
just lived in Los Angeles for a few years, just doing projects and stuff out there. But yeah, we moved back 2023 maybe.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's in like the Cascade Mountains up north, so it's huge. It's very remote. But yeah, we went up there to shoot it.
And so Braeden, you just listened to some of Nathan's music, and did you, as the filmmaker, sort of pitch the idea of, you know what, let's kind of have you and others like perform music up in the mountains. And you know, the gorgeous thing is how it's so funny because I love the way you reveal things through it, because for those, it doesn't spoil anything, like you're projecting imagery over the performers, over, you know, what one might think of as a DJ or some other people. And there's a natural assumption on nearly everyone who sees it that, like, we're talking about, you're indoors with a green wall, right, with the curve at the bottom. And then you slowly reveal through the edit, you'll love this. My wife, just while watching it, goes, it looks like they're on the moon.
Yeah,
That's what we were saying. That's crazy.
Right? Like you found like a moonscape area up in the mountains.
Funny.
And so you actually shot it in like the most organic environment possible. And you know, so you're combining the organic with the technical, you know, because it's what would you call the genre of music? Is it?
I think like experimental is kind of the easy way to frame it. So I'd say experimental alternative a little bit.
Yeah, experimental alternative and mostly instrumental, but there's someone doing some vocalization.
Yeah.
Well, that's you.
That's me. Yeah. I looked a little different about a year.
You did. You had some hair or something. I think.
Yeah, it's all gone now. Hence the hat. But no, that was all us. Yeah,
very cool.
How we.
how the idea kind of came up. He was up in Baker with the producer and editor of it, Bobby, and they like just went up to the mountain one day and they had a generator. And beforehand, we had done some stuff with the projector, just messing around. But it was kind of like we had a sheet and we would be on one side of the sheet and project on that same side. So you would just see like the shadow. And it was just kind of cool. And we were looking at that. We're like, wow, it's kind of cool to see the image like actually on the person. And so when they went up to the mountain, they were just going to film like a little tiny 1 minute long video, nothing to do with like the projector or anything. But when they came back down and showed us the footage, we were like, oh, there's something here. Like we can make something bigger out of this. And as we heard the songs, because originally he showed us like 5 or 6 songs, we kind of just dwindled it down to the 3, kind of technically 4. And we just built on it from there and like came up with the story pretty organically from there.
It was all a pretty quick process.
It was super quick. Like we did this in probably less than a week.
Less than a week, really. So the footage that you're projecting against the mountainside, is trying to call it mountainside, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, did you look around for that location? Because it's kind of perfect for what you did.
Well, we've gone up there like all the time throughout the years, so we just knew where it was, and then he had the idea to use it. Yeah.
I mean, this is an aside from talking about the project, but it sounds like you got a pretty fantastic life up there. If you're getting up in the mountains, but also producing music and making films and stuff, that's
definitely lucky. Yeah,
we're lucky to be in Washington.
Yeah, it's a nice place to be up there, huh?
Yeah,
definitely.
All right. So the footage that you projected, did you already have it, or did you just search for it that week and make sure you had it in time, or?
Basically that. I mean, we're not the most, what's the word I could use, organized when it comes to putting our films together. At least we haven't been in the past. We're getting better. So a lot of it is just kind of giving ourselves the structure and then just kind of filling in between, which allows it to be raw, kind of what this was and true to itself. So that footage we were actually putting together like on our drive up to the mountain. You know, and there's a lot of current events and whatnot going in there, and we just wanted to keep it authentic, and that's just how it happened. So it was on the spot, pretty on the fly.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing because yeah, like you said, thematically, it just kind of all holds together. And
Yeah, I remember beforehand we were talking about like how to do it. I just got like a little whiteboard and I just like drew the mountain and like some stick figures of people. And I was like, we're gonna put a camera here, here, here. And then I remember one of our producers was like, wait, but it's gonna be in camera. I'm like, yeah, I mean, I don't really feel like taking that many takes. So we're just gonna leave all the equipment in the footage and it'll go with like the structure. And then we made like a 3-act structure to it for the songs. And then he just like made the visuals along to that. And it made it a lot more easy and efficient.
oh, so Nathan made the visuals.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, we kind of all did, but he was the one
Yeah.
piecing it together. Yeah, for sure.
Right. And Braeden, I gotta admit, like I actually did pause at the very end and I pointed out to my wife, I was like, see that they're actually showing you the dolly track
Yeah.
that camera's on.
Yeah.
Like even that was like kind of perfect, you know?
Yeah. We wanted it to feel not like a music video. I think I mentioned this in the Q&A and I got some flack for it from my friends, but I was like, man, I hate music videos. That's a strong word. I just don't, there's not a lot going on in most music videos unless it's like Michael Jackson or like Childish Gambino or something. So I was like, well, I want it to be more than just a guy singing along to the song. So we tried making a story to it. And I thought like just seeing the actual set and seeing him actually perform it, it'll feel more like a live performance, like a live set. And I think our biggest inspiration was Stop Making Sense by the Talking Heads. I don't know if you've seen that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I saw that in theaters when it came out. Like I'm a Talking Heads fan.
Yeah, so like I remember that like had just re-released and they had like some of our favorite artists on like the remix album. And so like we're rewatching and we're like, man, this still holds up. And it's just a live performance, but it's a movie.
Yeah.
So we were like, yeah, we're doing our own of that.
That's so cool. That's so cool. And by the way, you are preaching to the choir on this music video subject because I mean we're a film festival. We got 2 film festivals. Both have a music video category because I'm old. I grew up in the 80s when actually some music video was often very creative and cinematic.
Yeah,
I mean, stuff Bowie did, stuff Talking Heads did. Like there were some music videos that I can't even find anymore that were like the most amazing things I'd ever seen. And when someone submits a music video that's just like a band on stage performing in a club and like sometimes it's literally one camera on sticks, I'm like, why are you submitting this to a film festival? Like, pretty obvious we want the cinematic stuff. So I am with you 100% on not being a fan of uncreative music videos. Like, I just don't see the point. Like, it is a chance to tell a visual story.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we saw it as almost a disservice to ourselves in terms of our disciplines, where it's like 50% is the music on my end and the other 50 is the film on his end. And our friend Robert and Tyler, we wanted to make sure we were all showcasing like our abilities in terms of, again, our discipline. So that's part of it too. You know, while we feel a certain way about music videos, I think we all want to showcase like our ability, and that's just kind of what happened.
Yeah, exactly. If you're going to put in the time and effort to basically record a performance, you want to be proud of it. You want to be able to show that you had this ability to make something that honors the stuff that inspires you, like Stop Making Sense and whatnot. Yeah,
Totally.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
that's so cool. Funny thing is, I've seen some David Byrne videos lately on his. I kind of avoid social media, but I still like, I follow like David Byrne, someone I follow on Instagram.
Of course. Yeah.
And he just had a thing where like some kid was like interviewing him for a job. He was like, so I understand you do the Broadway thing, which is kind of dying. Is that why you want to collaborate with me? And David Byrne was like, well, I did make a movie once, actually 2. And I was in a band called Talking Heads. The guy's like, haven't heard of him. It was kind of funny. But I love that, younger generations are being inspired by like great art. Like,
Of course.
leaving it there.
Yeah.
And so you drove up, shot in one day, and but they used multiple cameras. So then, was it a really quick edit, or was that took a little more time, like being a little, because obviously in the edit you could have done a lot.
Yeah, we could have done a lot in the edit, but we were kind of lazy, so we didn't really want to add anything. So what's in camera, it's there.
But I mean, choosing between the tighter shot or the wide, like choosing which camera to show us at each moment of the music.
It's a pretty surgical process.
Yeah, it's pretty thoughtfully done, I think.
Yeah,
thank you. Yeah, Bobby, our editor, he's really great. It probably took like 2 weeks. But we were
2 to 3 weeks. 2 to 3,
yeah.
Amongst our schedules, we're all
working and trying to
support the art, Yeah. But it kind of pieced itself together. Like obviously there was a structure of kind of the A, B, and C with the songs, but I don't think there was maybe one point in the film where we were unsure of what to do in terms of the edit. It really just felt like putting a puzzle together.
No, there was that one. I don't know if you noticed. So like, at the end, we kind of make like a credit sequence.
Where you show names next to people.
Yeah, I remember.
And I think there's also call-outs. Yeah, there's other call-outs, right?
Yeah, just like the cast for the most part. And then like our company's name interlinked. I remember in the edit, originally that whole like song at the end was supposed to just be like another segment. And like the footage of... I don't know if you remember, but we're recording him in like the speakers, but we're also projecting it back at him. So it's like a really wonky mirror effect.
I do remember the double where the projection was the image. Yeah.
Yeah. So like we had a whole like segment planned for like the last song to just be using effects like that. And then in the edit, I was like, man, this isn't really doing it.
This just didn't show up right.
It didn't show up right. So we decided to just make that like a credit sequence. And
that's right.
Yeah, we just spliced up a whole bunch of different footage together. Like that whole free fall section where everyone's like jumping out the plane. That wasn't originally supposed to be.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, no. But it worked out very well.
It did, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I might as well ask you hey, I can ask you anything I want. So like those 4 letters you project up on the hillside, I can't remember what the 4 letters were. But I got to admit, I was really curious what they represented because I wasn't sure.
Yeah, that was like the initial concept of what the video was going to be called, which is Army backwards. And
I remember a Y and an R and an M, but I didn't realize it was art.
It was so funny. We were like, I don't know, just messing around with different concepts, and we were walking outside of our little studio space, and we saw this gentleman with an Army shirt, but he had it on inside out, but you can kind of see it through, and it was kind of backwards, and there was just some parallels with kind of the ideas that we were conveying in the film where I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. So I think we referred to it as IMRA was kind of the thing. And initially that was going to be like the focal point of the concept, but it made its way where it is now. So
it kind of works.
It's still, we're still working ideas about it.
Conveying.
No, I like that. I like that. And okay, so you mentioned the credit sequence and stuff. So now I'm going to make some assumptions. So, because like the log line you gave, the festival was Interlinked presents The Big Picture by New Monk.
Yeah.
So now I think I know who New Monk is.
Yeah.
Right. So Nathan's New Monk, and is Interlinked like the name of your production company, or?
Yep. Our production company started it last year, but it's more like. It's kind of difficult because we're like trying to make it like a multimedia. That's why you get like the wonky titles like Interlink presents The Big Picture by New Monk, because we're trying to show like this is still his project individually, but like Interlinked is very heavily involved, and like we're just trying to show the best parts of both worlds.
Yeah. So I mean, in this case, like you're truly collaborating start to finish. So it's not like Interlink is Braeden's company that Nathan's New Monk artist hired to make this thing. Like it was all collaboration start to finish.
It's like our placeholder term, just instead of listing all of our names and like legal aspects, it helps us with just kind of cohesively putting something under one entity.
Sure. Mm-hmm. And honestly, you're pretty darn good at naming things, because New Monk is a great name for
Thank you, man.
For a performer, and Interlinked is really it really grabs.
Blade Runner 2049.
Is that where it came from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. Because is it because your brothers and like brothers are interlinked, or it's really just interlinking of sound and music?
That works.
Well, I think it was more like we're interlinking both of our worlds, like film and music. But that works too.
Yeah. I don't even know why we came up with that name.
I mean, it's like my favorite movie ever. So.
Yeah, it's a good one, but it works.
Favorite movie? Yeah, well, we're gonna get to favorite movies in the next podcast. Although you've seen the original, obviously too.
Of course.
Of course. I mean, it's tough for people my age to appreciate the second one because we waited so long.
Yeah.
But I guess I got to watch it again because a lot of people keep telling me they loved it. And I got to admit, 2049, I walked out going, man, I saw Blade Runner when I was 12.
Right.
What have you done to me?
That's understandable.
So you finished it and then shared it on. Did you right away put it on YouTube and start sharing it? You know, because in theory was that your intention really from the beginning to put it, just share it that way?
Yeah. Just on the website and YouTube, just kind of make it for us.
Yeah, we're not great at like getting the word out there and like, hey, go check. We're still learning how to do that stuff. I guess we kind of look at all of the art we're doing now as almost portfolio work.
Yeah.
In a way of kind of proof of concepts for down the road if we end up getting in positions that allow us, you know. But we kind of just put it out there and see what it would do.
Look, I mean, that makes a lot of sense. And I'm really impressed just the way you like pull out a term like portfolio work, because that makes perfect sense. Like do a couple of these, make one or two a year or more than that if you want. And then once you have a body of work, then you got something to really give a push to, right? Whereas,
exactly,
right now you got this and the 10 things I hate about you thing. You don't want to like start gonna get massive attention yet.
No. I mean,
no.
It might happen, but hey. So does that mean there's many more on the way? Are you always thinking about what you can do in your spare time? And you mentioned jobs, so I'm glad, Lord knows that's another reason I'm so grateful to independent creatives like yourselves, because it's pretty hard to keep a roof over one's head and keep oneself fed while also creating, particularly in a medium like film. And I mean, music is just as hard as film, Lord knows. I mean,
yeah.
It's funny because I sit around all the time. I say to people, especially like nieces and nephews and like people in college, I'm like, tell me about the great music coming out right now. Cause I'm old and I still listen to what like you always listen to what you listened to in high school and all. I mean, I listen to some recent stuff, but like, it's like we live in a world where I'm not even sure how to find, new music artists.
I feel the same way, honestly. Especially now, it's just so, I don't want to use the word like oversaturated, because I think it's cool that everyone's able to make music these days, but it's just hard to keep up with for anybody. I really don't know how people hear new stuff.
It's weird that like music is more accessible than ever with streaming, but it's definitely harder to find.
Yeah, or stuff.
It's harder to find quality, right? And if you're like me, if you're a person, it sounds like all three of us like more creative, experimental stuff and more challenging stuff, and the only stuff that breaks through is like, I guess it's always been the case that pop broke through, but I don't know, 80s and 90s, like there was an underground scene that wasn't underground at all. Like you could find it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Whereas now the underground scene is truly like invisible.
Yeah. Which I guess makes it even more special when you find something that you connect with, which is great.
Sure.
But I don't know. It means a lot that you asked us to be on this show too, because like we say, we're just kind of putting this stuff out there. So just to know that you're watching it and those things mean the world to us. It's like we'd rather get it to people like yourself than a mass of an audience. You know what I mean? That means a lot to us. So,
oh man, much appreciated. By the way, I'm gonna ask you a question after I make the statement, but I do have to. It just popped in my head. I don't think you got to attend that screening, but the first screening of Film Invasion LA 2025 that you were part of, Friday night, the first one at 7 p.m. had a film called Pool House in it, a short film, and it's hilarious and it's funny, and these two women find a woman in a disco pool. Anyway, the climax of the film, all three of them wear oversized gray suits and dance to Once in a Lifetime.
Oh, damn, that would be funny.
That's good.
Oh man, we missed that. Jeez.
And they, and the worst thing is, she like sent me an email right before the festival, like, my friend just told me I'm going to go to jail for stealing music. I'm like, no, you're not. Don't worry about it. But it is going to suck for you when you try to put your movie on YouTube. It's going to get pulled because I'm like, unless David Byrne's your uncle, you're going to have to find an artist who can mimic that song close enough that you can use it and it still makes sense with those big gray suits. But I'm like, what you did is just too beautiful for me to like not to embrace it. I mean, it was funny as heck. But
That's great.
So my question was going to be, so why were we so lucky that you chose to submit it to us? Like besides the YouTube thing, like, you know, are you aware of have you had other work like that you've done the festival circuit with, or was this like a first, you just looked at the big picture and said to yourselves, this thing deserves to be on a big screen. Let's look into it.
Exactly that. Yeah, it's our first project we ever even submitted anywhere. And I had no idea how to submit, but one of the producers, Tyler, he went to SCAD in Savannah, Georgia, the art school there. And he was telling me about like Film Freeway. I was like, what's Film Freeway? So I go taking a look and I see the top 100 film festivals there, and I'm scrolling through and I'm like, oh, I've heard of Film Invasion Los Angeles. So I just popped in there and sent it. That was that.
We also used to live in
we did live in Sherman Oaks. That's how I heard of it.
Like,
yeah.
Oh, you used to live in Sherman Oaks?
Yeah.
Oh man, so you weren't that far from the White Fire Theater where we got our start?
All familiar.
Yeah.
Oh man, but I don't mean to tease you, but you never came, huh? You never. You saw our big banner on the wall.
I will say most summers we're like in Seattle.
Yeah.
Oh,
I really miss Seattle summers, so that's probably why. And I didn't even know you guys have another film festival.
We have Sherman Oaks Film Festival and Film Invasion Los Angeles. They're basically sister festivals.
Okay.
And the reason we have both is that I live in Sherman Oaks, and I had two partners, and we were going to launch these festivals 10 years ago, and my partners were like, we can't call it Sherman Oaks Film Festival. It's not a famous enough town. And I was like, but I live in Sherman Oaks. I want there to be Sherman Oaks Film Festival. And then I came up with the idea, well, how about we needed something with LA? So I'm the one who spat out, well, how about Film Invasion LA? And one of the guys was like, Film Invasion Hollywood. I'm like, that sounds too cheesy. So we stuck with Film Invasion LA. And then like a day or two later, I was like, well, how about we do both and see which does better? So our first year in 2016, they were like only 3 months apart. And they both did equally well. So we just moved them 6 months apart. And the truth is, Sherman Oaks Film Festival actually took off faster because it got more local support from the area in Sherman Oaks and around it. But Film Invasion LA has always gotten more submissions from like far away, like people in Europe and Australia like are drawn to that LA name. So that's why we have the two. Yeah. So
good thinking on your part. Smart. That's great. Yeah.
That is, man. Talk about things coming together. The fact that you two were in Sherman Oaks when you were doing your LA time.
Yeah.
And became aware of us.
Yeah.
And then we're so lucky to make that top 100 best reviewed list. I should mention, out of 14,000 festivals in the world, it's kind of crazy. We have two of the top 100.
1% festival. That's really cool for y'all.
Yeah. But, I hope you got to see why. We
definitely. It was great.
That's why our T-shirt says the festival that gives a shit.
Yeah, that's right.
Because we do. We really care,
We felt that there for sure. Seriously.
Definitely, yeah.
Well, that's great. And so are you planning more? Like,
Yeah, definitely. We're working on
plans?
2 projects right now.
Or you have plans to make plans? Or
Oh, no,
Nathan's always creating music.
Not as much as I'd wish, but we still like pumping out old stuff that's will be new once we put it out. We're at the pre-production stage right now for 2 projects, so just getting our ducks in a row.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that makes people jealous of musicians is right, like filmmakers and like comedians. Like you come out with a movie, you do a comedy show, and then you're not allowed to tell those jokes again, and you can't just show that movie again 2 years later. But a musician, you write an amazing piece of music, you can play that now, you can play that 3 years from now. People are always going to want to hear it. Music is such a special thing. So I guess, your catalog, you guys can keep exploring it and how to apply it visually, I guess.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, one of the projects is going to be attached to, if he ever decides to release his first album. It's going to be really cool. Working on that right now. And then the other one's going to be just a short film, completely separate from like music and anything we've really done before. But yeah, we've got some big support, got some funding so far, so that's fun.
We like to thank the festival for that, because I think that having that in our application certainly helped us.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Wow, amazing. That's wonderful.
Yeah, it should be pretty fun.
And that's one that did Braeden write that one?
Written and directed by this guy right here.
Yeah, I would say I'm more of a writer first than I'm a writer director. So for the short film, wrote, going to direct it, but we're just in pre-production right now.
Gotcha. And so that'll be an interlinked project.
Definitely, yeah. It's a story I don't think I would necessarily do like outside of Interlinked, because I just don't really want to do short films. It's really hard for me to think in short film format. But this one story, I actually got inspired to do it driving up the mountain to shoot the big picture. Like I literally saw the first shot of the film, and then I wrote like a story based off of it. I was like, oh, maybe I do want to do a short film. And so it's going to be a good excuse to do it.
That's excellent. See, making art inspires more art, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I would assume that seeing the big picture and sharing it with audiences like gave you the taste for more of that.
For sure, yeah.
It was really cool. That's a really great platform you guys got going on there. It just makes you want to do more.
Good battery in your back,
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's funny. I didn't even look up like to remember like who was in your block, but I assume you really was it a fun night?
Yeah, it was
Babushka, which was really cool.
Oh, you were in the Babushka block?
Yeah. I don't remember the other one. It was something. It was like a car, the back seat, black and white.
Yeah, shot in black and white. One setting the whole time. Yeah, I feel bad we don't remember.
I know. I should remember.
The actors are really great.
Yeah, the actors are great.
Yeah.
What's funny is I think I do have it right here. Where is my? Oh, did I already close that window? Oh well, I could look it up, but shame on me. I didn't do my homework. But
no worries.
But yeah, those Babushka people sold out the house too. I think you guys brought up some people too. But yeah, was that like standing room only that night?
There's a few people standing.
There's a few. Yeah, it was definitely packed.
I gotta tell you, it's that is what keeps me up at night is worrying about will enough people show up and support these great films. I do admittedly like it breaks my heart when there's not a nice turnout to watch the great work we're showing.
Yeah.
So
that wasn't a problem in that setting for sure. There was a lot of people there. Good thing to have. Met a lot of people in there too. It was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I bet. Did you get to talk to the other filmmakers and stuff too? And
briefly, yeah, just a little bit, just in the hallway, just passing by.
We were kind of in and out with our trip.
I know,
we didn't really plan it accordingly to stay and go to the events. But
we were there for a day, flew out. Yeah.
Oh, did you fly? Oh, so you didn't? Because also, I assume you got a bunch of people to like visit here too, huh?
Yeah, we brought our our whole team was with us, and a couple friends in LA showed up. We actually had a few friends that were trying to go, but they couldn't get a ticket in time. Yeah. So a good problem to have on your end.
I guess so. The funny thing is, if you'd sent me an email, I would have just said, well, just let them know they can come in and stand in the back for free.
That's all right. That's all right. No, but yeah, no, it was really cool.
That's excellent. All right. Well, anything else we should cover, or should we, or is it time? Do you want to tell me, you got a website, you said, yeah?
Yeah, we do. It's our name, Interlinked, and then HQ.com.
Interlinked HQ.
Or just interlinked.com. So we have to throw HQ in there.
Yeah, that's a pretty good way that's better than going like interlink.biz or something.
It was close, like a .gov or whatever. So yeah, that's our website, and then our socials are the same, Interlinked HQ on YouTube and Instagram. We're not yet streaming, but that will maybe change one of these days.
Definitely.
Yeah. Are you? Are there other festivals on the horizon, or you've played some already, or?
No, that was.
No, I think we're just so focused on the next two projects right now. They're taking up so much time. Like, we've moved on.
Dang. Well, I'm not sure if I should be happy about that or not. I mean, I'm happy that we got to show the film as part of our festival, but I got to admit, but I totally get it. Like it's a lot of time and effort to do the festival circuit. And if you're busy with other stuff, I guess I should just be grateful that we had it as a part of our festival. But man, there's a lot of stuff, a lot of audiences that deserve to see it. And who knows, I'll throw you I'm going to mention something to you when we're not recording.
Sure.
Why not? But all right. Well, hey, maybe I'll do my closing spiel, and then we'll stop recording. Then we'll record your answers to those 4 questions. So,
cool.
So first, thank you, Braeden and Nathan. I should say Braeden Lambert and Nathan Lambert. Why not? I grew up with. I'm a younger brother. So I've been told, and it's totally true, that younger brothers are always, younger siblings focus on fairness. So I always try to acknowledge people equally, So
What are you
gonna do?
True for sure.
But so thank you both. All right, and I'm going to thank everyone who is listening. If you are listening to this podcast, please like and subscribe to it. In fact, if you want to, even write a review. Be kind. I say this every time. Being kind actually rewards the person being kind as much as the person receiving the kindness. So honestly, just be a selfish person and be kind all the time to everybody, and it's just going to make you feel better all the time. So go to discoverindiefilm.com to learn more about this podcast. On social media, it's always at DIFWins. Film Invasion Los Angeles, the festival that Nathan and Braeden brought their film to. We hold that every June. You can learn more if you go to filminvasionla.com, and it's at filminvasionla on social media. Its sister festival, the Sherman Oaks Film Festival, we hold every December. You can learn more at ShermanOaksFF.com, and it's at ShermanOaksFF on social media. And I call them sisters. Next year they get a cousin. Film in January of 2026, when it's winter where we live and much colder where you live than me, I will be going to Lima, Peru for Film Invasion Lima.
Right on, yeah. That's cool.
That got launched thanks to a wonderful festival alumni who lives in Lima, who said to me after the last Sherman Oaks Film Festival last year, he's a dude from Detroit who moved to Lima and married a Peruvian and ended up in Lima. And he brought his film up to Sherman Oaks Film Festival, and we were sitting in the bar for the closing night mixer, and he goes, "Man, Jeff, I wish I had a community like this down in Lima of indie filmmakers." And I looked at him and I went, "We should talk." So he's going to run Film Invasion Lima, and I'm just going to show up and try to have a good time, I think.
That's dope. Congrats.
That's really cool. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I know. It's funny. There was almost one in Oakland, California. There was almost one in London. There was almost one somewhere in Michigan, and that one might happen. There's almost one in Tempe, Arizona, and none of them happened. And then the fact that like the first Film Invasion offshoot is in South America, in Lima, Peru. I gotta admit, it's kind of perfect.
Oh, that's amazing. Cool. That's exciting.
Right, it's very exciting. I would tell you more, but why bore you? All right. Well, thank you both so much.
Thanks for having us.
Seriously, man. Thank you.
Yeah, and thank you everyone for listening. And don't forget, the podcast after this one will be Braeden and Nathan answering 4 questions, which I won't give away yet, but we'll give them away in the next one. Thanks, you two.
Thank you.
And thank you everyone for listening.